Winter smiles. A solitary essence, not forged for this world. Who only knew love through death.
I often found myself thinking of Sybil as a musical question mark. We wanted the music to not really help you know where we were with her at any given moment. My name is Emily Rice and I'm the composer for Broken Bird. Broken Bird centres on the story of Sybil. What we come to learn very early on is that she has experienced a severe childhood trauma, essentially the loss of her entire family. And because of that, she is now sort of living in a semi-fantasy world. And she doesn't understand quite how to relate to other people. Because of this, we come to realise that Sybil only really understands love through death.
I really needed there to be a strangeness about Sybil. She is odd, she's very nuanced, there's so many different layers going on. So we needed to really get inside her head, and the music really elevated that.
Jo has my favourite combination of qualities in a director. She came in with a really strong vision. She knew exactly who Sybil was, exactly how she wanted to present her story, but equally she was very collaborative.
I adored working with Emily. The process was really exciting. She'd come up with ideas. I'd say, oh, a bit more like this or a bit more like that. Oh, that's wonderful. I mean, she's super talented and she was so easy to work with. We had a really great working relationship.
I guess it's just together we were always trying to find the best idea, and because we were both collaborative and both had a lot of ideas, it just means you get to choose the best one. And that's what ends up in the film. We wanted the score to have a consistent thread. It all needs to sound like it's in the same world, even though we're dealing with these different characters. And Sybil, obviously, in many ways, she kind of comes across as a bit of a maverick. She's a bit out there compared to other human beings. And it was like, okay, well, we don't want her music to be completely different to everybody else's. And Jo came back to me and she said, well, all the main characters in this film have experienced loss and they are all grieving. And that was the thread that tied all these characters together and was able to start helping us find a consistent musical thread to pull through the whole score. A main title really gives you an opportunity to set the stage. In the lower strings, we have this repeated pattern that is completely irregular. It's constantly shifting. And the aim is to represent Sybil and her being unstable and a bit off kilter and a bit unpredictable. And we don't quite know who she is and we don't quite know what she's going to do. And often these elements are slightly detuned, and these notes, we find them falling away from themselves in the same way that Sybil is kind of falling away from herself, and you feel like she could just go over the edge at any moment.
Oh, bless you all.
This is the first time that I have found myself finding empathy for somebody who is really very unhinged. It's weird to admit that because she exhibits some very troubling behaviour, but how do you find the balance by also acknowledging and honouring their humanity? After spending so much time with her and spending so much time getting into her psyche, I'm going to miss Sybil.